The Marsfield is partly covered with buildings, and partly used as a promenade. Cestius's grave is uncommonly well preserved, and a pyramid of large square stones surrounds the sarcophagus. The aqueducts are built of large blocks of stone fastened together without mortar. They are now no longer used, as they have partly fallen into decay, and some of the springs have dried up. The hot baths of Titus are well worth a visit, though in a ruined condition. Here the celebrated Laconian group was found. Near these baths is the great reservoir called the Seven Halls of Titus. One of the greatest and best preserved buildings of ancient Rome is the amphitheatre of Flavius, or the Colosseum, once the scene of the combats with wild beasts. It was capable of holding 87,000 spectators. 4 stories yet remain. This building is seen to the greatest advantage by torchlight. I was fortunate enough to find an opportunity of joining a large party, and we were thus enabled to divide the expense. The triumphal arch of Titus, of white marble, covered with glorious sculptures, the arches of Septimus Severus, that of Janus, and several other antique monuments, are to be seen near the Colosseum. The beautiful bridge of St. Angelo, constructed entirely of square blocks of stone, leads across the Tiber to the castle of the same name, the tomb of Hadrian. The emperor caused this large round building to be erected for his future mausoleum. It is built of immense stone blocks, and now serves as a fortress and a state prison. The temple of Marcus Aurelius is converted into the Dogana. That of Minerva Medica lies in the midst of a vineyard, and is built in the form of a rotunda. The upper part has sunk in. There are 12 obelisks in the different public squares of Rome, all brought from Egypt. I still have to mention the 108 fountains, from which fresh water continually spouts into the air. Foremost among them in size and beauty is the Fontana Trevi. I was prevented by the bad weather from making trips to any distance, but one afternoon I drove to Tivoli. The road leading thither is called the Tiburtinium. After travelling for about 6 miles, we became conscious of a dreadfully offensive sulphurous smell, and soon found that it proceeds from a little river running through the Solfatara. A ride of 18 Italian miles brought us to the town of Tivoli, lying amidst olive woods on the declivity of the Apennines, and numbering about 7,000 inhabitants. Towards evening I took a short walk in the town, beneath the protection of an umbrella, and was not much pleased. Next morning I left the house early, and proceeded to the temple of Sibylla, built on a rock opposite to the waterfall. Afterwards I went to view the Grotto of Neptune, and that through which the Arno flows, rushing out of the cavern to fall headlong over a ledge of lofty rocks, and form the Cascade of Tivoli. The best view of this fall is obtained from the bridge. Besides many pretty minor cascades, I saw a number of ruins. The most remarkable among these was the villa of Mycenaeus. End of Section 39.